Hello and welcome to the show. We have a nice spot on the grid today for some Forza Motorsport racing. For this we are using some B-Class Rotary machines and I am driving a wonderful RX-8. We start at Watkins Glen for this one. There was a mad little Honda. Now, rotary swap-ups are allowed. You can drop them in to the vehicles for this. Unfortunately, not as many. I was hoping more cars were getting a rotary engine in this game. With engine swaps, with there being more options out there, I was hoping more, but there aren't a huge amount that get the 2-rotor, and the quad-rotor in B-Class is difficult to pull off. Oh, I would not be tempting to crowd a car out down there. That's how you have a tremendous accident at Watkins. But never mind. We've got away with it. We are through the bus stop on this first lap. So an RX-8 leads the way, followed by that Honda, and it's RX-7 versus MX-5. My RX-8 is here, hopefully going to get a good run on the exit. Down this one, we've got a Puma behind. The RX-7 is back on. Here we go. We've got a good run, but it's going to be to the outside. Now, overtaking at Watkins, I say it's not the easiest of circuits. We are still there on that RX-7. We can hopefully fire it into the final corner, and that will make the pass stick on that Mazda. Here comes the Puma. Who has got more straight line speed, us or the Ford? I do not know. We do, by the looks of it, just about. Don't know where to brake for turn 1, not completely sure. Well, yeah, just didn't know where I could get on the brakes for that one. And we were a little bit cowardly. I just didn't want to go off the circuit. However, we have got away with all of it quite nicely now as we run up the hill. I mean, we are not side by side with these two. Whoa, there was a little bump. There was a little trading of paint between the Puma and the RX-7. We've now got the run and on the racing line heading towards the bus stop. That's what we want here, and that will hopefully put us ahead of the Ford. Too late on the brakes for me. We are going to be all out of shape through there. We gather it back up, but the Ford is going to have more momentum on the exit there. Rusky is running away at the front on their own, pretty much untroubled by all of this antics. The Honda is continuing to hold on to that second place. I feel like if we could sort ourselves out, we could maybe go chasing off after the Honda, but we're going to have to defend. So we are just a little bit faster than the Puma down these straights, which is enough to annoy it. It's rare that I'm on this end of the battle, but yeah, we are just fast enough that the Puma doesn't have a particularly easy time. That's not quite the right gear for that section, and as we fight, a whole bunch of cars have come to join, including a couple of Vauxhalls. Is another Puma has also come to join in the battle down here. The Ford's going to have a big dive. I just didn't think they were going to be able to get it stopped from there, but they can. Yeah, so we've got two coursers. Pumas are going to go back to going side by side as we run up the hill. The car is a little unsettled on the curves, but not too bad. Here we go, over the top. What one do we want to tuck in behind? We've got a lot of momentum down here, but we'll just settle for a push. Now, we're going to go just a little bit early on the brakes down here. I mean, what do you think is going to happen through there? You're going to try and go side by side through the bus stop and force your way. I mean, I appreciate it is a short race, but yeah, I'm trying to not be bouncing my way past the cars ahead, and then the cars behind just push their way past me. So that's never the most fun. But there we go. The Honda we saw had a little moment through all of that. If we could have a lap of, I say, relative calm, would be nice. The two, there's two. There's a Vauxhall further back. Then there is another RX-8 coming to join in the fun. That one will go defensive down towards the first corner. I'm okay with that. I mean, I am more trying to set this up for the exit of turn 1 than I am on the way in for that, which we've got a good run, but it's not quite enough. The problem is the two Pumas going side by side is actually really hindering us. Because, I mean, even if we have a good amount of momentum, where on earth are we going to be able to go here? We might actually just have to push Heiko down the straight, you know. Go, 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 go. I mean, this may do the trick. I'm trying to get past the Corsa at this point, but that is out of control, and that will crash. Did not really, yeah. I mean, Horde saw it coming, was wise to it. Oh, and at the back end, just wanted to let go through there, which has not helped me in the slightest. I mean, we helped Heiko to hold on to that. I was got very busy behind in all of that. Well, I mean, Heiko might end up start fighting that Honda and bring that into this little group. So the Honda's an absolute monster off the line, but as it often is the case with the classic cars, they have the acceleration, but the actual... Oh, I'm going to go around that final corner, and again I had to lift the Honda. Okay, Heiko has waited up for it. I didn't really see what went on. I didn't know if the Honda got unsettled on its way into that one or whether there was a bump, but by the looks of it there was a bump through there. Now, if we can be good on the exit of turn 1, well, there's a lot of NASCAR line going on back there. We can be good on the exit of turn 1, which we have been. Me and Hordes were nice and sensible through there and get the toe. That's what we need to do. We need to get the toe down here, which got a lot of momentum going on towards the bus stop. Hordes will go across. Can I just sweep past on the outside? I think we can get across in time. I was trying to give space if Hordes wanted to go side by side. They didn't. They are all back up the inside. Yeah, the back end just doesn't stick on the way into this corner where I want it to. And the Hordes immediately can fire back with that one. But again, sort of slingshot our way off the corner. It's another good run. Will the Ford feel the need to go defensive down here? I was kind of expecting a bit more defensive from Hordes, to be honest. There was more space on the inside than I should maybe have gone for. I've got to stop. I've actually got to kind of stop these half looks. I'd be better off almost just following the Puma in some places, because it's allowing Gliska and Impega and... is it Brazen? I think it's Brazen with the Corsa to come and join the battle. Right, back down to turn 1 we go. We know this is probably our strongest bit on the circuit. Oh, if we don't get a bobble on the exit. We got, it was a little bot, it wasn't too nasty. We know we're strong here. We know Gliska's fast in a straight line as well. That RX-7 is no joke. Hordes is a little bit quicker this time around. Oh, and we're a bit slidey up the hill. It's not what you want to feel from your car. You just do not want the back end of your car letting go. We get the slipstream, and this time we are going to be passed. We're going to be passed a little bit sooner than we were on the previous attempt. Now, get the car stopped through the middle of the bus stop. Get it off the other side better. Still can't get it turned. Hordes is still there to send it. I mean, we are side by side around this corner. Oh, we're still there, though. Still not giving up this fight. Don't get the slipstream this time around, though. As we head towards the final couple of corners, Gliska, Brazen, Impega are all here. Any one of us from this group, any two of us from this group are going to get on the podium. I just don't know which way the podium is going to go. Sorry. Oh, again, not an intentional brake check, but I do not quite have the mid-corner grip, and I was on a very tight line. I wasn't actually expecting the Ford to be directly behind me. The Puma's struggling with its lack of straight-line speed. It's not much, but it's just enough to have a problem in this group, whereas it's rare, and I mean admittedly on a different circuit that it will probably be a different story. It is very rare for me to have the slightly faster car in a straight line. I mean, we haven't really got the pace of Rusky, although admittedly we've all been in a big fight, which has been good fun, but has not been conducive to a fast lap time. Oh god, the Brazen Mobile is free from this. We'll try and discourage a pass going on into the bus stop, but we have got to get our car stopped through here now, which is the less easily done thing, and out the other side we go. We have fended off from Brazen for now. The question is, can we fend off from Brazen for the remainder of this lap to try and get a second place? It's certainly been a hard fought for second place if we can manage to do it. Oh dear. Yeah, Rusky's had a wonderfully calm race at the front, but I think we've had more fun back here. It's been absolutely manic. There is no doubt about it. We will try and get it stopped. It's actually been a little bit scruffy final couple of corners from me. Oh, Brazen's got a really good run. We will try and squeeze as much as we can. Oh, it was close. How close was that one between me and Brazen? Oh, yeah. 1/100th of a second. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell indeed. Car Guy's RX-7 was fast, 18.2. I think we had a little bit more speed in that. To be honest, I don't think we quite got the most of it. don't think I was ever quite brave enough with the car as we were trying to sort of cling on to that fantastic race. Bloody hell, that was great fun. That was a huge amount of fun. Well done, Rusky, for staying out of trouble and just getting out of... Yeah, getting out of the way. RX hates get 1-2, but I mean, there could have been any one of those cars really in that top group that that could have fought that one. It was unlucky for the Honda and the Heiko with the other Puma. I don't quite know where they ended up. They dropped down a bit, but bloody hell, that was mad. We head to the Hockenheim short circuit for our next race, and I am a long way back in the pouring rain. This is not going to be an easy one for us. The Puma front-wheel drive is going to struggle off the line a little bit in all of this, but will probably come good as we go around this circuit. I mean, Hockenheim Short is a tough track. I say it's tough. I love it. It's a great racetrack. Lots of opportunities for overtaking. Going to probably favour the handling. Oh, I'm very sorry, Ninetails. I was I was stuck in the middle of that, and I had nowhere else to go on that corner. That is unfortunate for a fellow RX-8. Whoa, we are all backing up down here a little bit on the first lap. Can I sneak my way past? I think we can get our car to the inside here, and hopefully that can get us a position. If we keep the back end in check, we will get that move done. We're on a very tight line through here. Got to remember, this is not the short layout of the circuit, and also got to remember my car probably doesn't have as much grip as some of the B-class cars. Not running aero this week for... I mean, it's for that sort of straight line speed. It's for that acceleration. My car it still handles very, very well, despite the lack of aero. In fact, this is as quick around Lime Rock as my Chiron in B-class, which is my go-to extreme handling car. So, yeah, it's certainly not bad. Oh, we're going to be a little bit sneaky almost, trying to fight our way past there. The purple car got itself all crossed up on its own. We are side by side heading down towards turn 1. Probably the trickiest place to overtake on the circuit. We get it stopped. Got to be mindful of the curbs on the outside. Now, I basically kind of want to follow Ollie through the field if I can. Oh, the MX-5 up ahead has actually made that a lot easier for me. They just outbrake themselves into that corner. Allows me to sneak past with no real problem. Yeah, 3 wide in the rain in a very narrow section of the circuit seems dangerous to me. But, oh, there's a little bump. Nothing too bad. Ollie trying to sneak past on the inside is going to kind of make that one work. We are going to be very sneaky. There was a door that kind of opened briefly that I wanted to make the most of, but I didn't have the grip to utilise it. Don't Vettel it into the hairpin. The only plus point on this wide line is you can get on the power sometimes quite nicely, but I can't make the most of it at the moment. We should be able to pass though here. It's a difficult overtaking spot because no one ever expects a pass into that corner, even if you can get your car alongside. No one's thinking about a pass coming from that direction, which confuses folks. But we've got it done. There can be fights further back. We are up into the top 10. Not too bad for us. Let's focus, hopefully, on some more moving forward. Stevie's RX-8 is in front of us. Slow down. I mean, the leaders are going to be too far gone. At the end, it's always, unless your car is astonishingly fast and you have a perfect first lap, it's incredibly difficult to, work your way from the back to the front in these races. It can be done, but it is, it's difficult. Oh, there is an RX-7 having an adventure out very wide. Oh, sorry, RX-7. That is just an MX-5. I don't want to be 3 wide down here. There is an RX-7 almost having an adventure down there. I'm on the outside for the hairpin once again, but I mean, they say that's okay. It should work. We can, if we can get on the power well enough, which we do, we might actually get Stevie. That is a surprise overtake, but I will not complain about that one. Although Stevie is now going to fire up the inside through here, and I'm boxed in. Well, I'm boxed in by a Honda that is really struggling. We got such a good overtake on Stevie and then couldn't do... And I think that's actually what got Stevie in trouble, is that they got boxed in a little bit behind the Honda. That's why we were able to do that, but now on the outside for turn 1. Not happening through there. I've got the acceleration, so we're going to try and cut back underneath and get the inside for turn 2. I want to dive deeper under brakes, but I also don't want to go clattering into a Honda that's really struggling for traction. The rain, really not what the Honda wants here. I mean, it's difficult at the best of times, but very small, very light, and I imagine very little traction. Quick accelerating, but rain will be bad for the S800. Oh, we are going to be... Yeah, we can just be so much later on the brakes. I can be earlier on the power, and I can carry more corner speed. The only difference is the sort of, I don't know, 60 to 100 time on the Honda is immense. Stevie is coming with me. Oh, Stevie wanted help. See, I was braking early because I knew I was going to be on a tight line with the Honda. Probably caught the RX-8 out. Okay, we are clear. Can we go way chasing after? It's Ollie and Javi that are the cars ahead. I don't think we're catching Ollie. I think they're kind of gone in this. I mean, we kind of went with them for a bit off the start, but we've been ensnared in traffic, and I've had an absolutely terrible end to this lap that does not help. I think we're mostly going to be racing Stevie at the moment. I don't think there's going to be a huge amount. I mean, the gaps are just now a little bit too big with a few laps to go, and we may end up having to lose some time defending to Stevie. It really depends on how much pace they have and how much pace we have now we're in clean air. My car probably not the very best suited to this track, but it's certainly not bad. Get slowed through there. Definitely got to make sure we get it stopped at this section. It's not quite as it's quite as easy in the wet. I say it's not quite as easy in the wet. That section would probably be flat in the dry, or the initial part would be. Here, of course, won't be. Oh, there's a lot of understeer. We will defend the inside. Stevie can look around the long way if they want, because they've got about that bit superior grip to me. I've got to be aware of them trying to have a dive somewhere in this race, in these closing stages. They're going to close through here, but once we can get out of this corner, we can just get on the power. Well, we'd like the rear wheels up a bit. Oh, that's a bit dicey, but we got away with it. Stevie is right behind. Do you really want to go for a dive at turn 1? You can have a look around there. The problem is, even if... Yeah, Stevie's going to lift because they went off the circuit anyway. I mean, there was some space. But even if you get past on the outside, I'm just outrunning you to turn 2 and going to make life very difficult. At this point, we are just annoying Stevie. I mean, our lap times are in the toilet because we're far too busy fighting. So we're definitely not catching the cars ahead. Now, where is that RX-8 going to have a look? Stevie's certainly found some speed now. They're in clean air and only fighting me. In the pack, it's one of the problems when you're in a pack of cars, when you have the grip car, because that's normally what I have. In a pack, it's really irritating and very difficult because you really struggle to make lap speed because you're just getting constantly held up by something. But now that car is free and is really giving us grief. But is it going to be close enough to try my favourite dive? Not quite close enough. That might happen on the final lap. I've got to be very aware of that, because that's what I would do in this situation. I'd have to get off. You have to get off the hairpin really well to do it. But yeah, that is what I would want to do. Danger Man was leading the race and something's gone wrong. Don't know whether that's a game issue, controller issue, ran out of fuel issue. So Danger Man has led from the get-go and has just plummeted down the order. Something weird has gone on there. That is unfortunate, whatever might have occurred. I've run wide out of turn 2, but Stevie is not close enough at the moment. Stevie is not going to be close enough, and we can pull away down here, although Stevie is much better through this section than I am. I think I'm just not quite confident enough under braking down here. I feel like my car can probably do a bit better than I am driving it, but yeah, I'm just being a little cautious, and I don't want to throw it away right at the end. Is also a thing that is factoring into that. Is car behind is not close enough to have a look through here. Will not be able to have a dive. Will Stevie try in the penultimate corner? I don't think that's close enough to have a crack. Even me, who loves a good overtake into this corner, that is way too far back. We've just got the acceleration off the slow corners to make that one work, and we will round the final turn. And we will run to the finish line. It was a good battle. It was a good battle. We worked our way from the very back, and we worked our way into 6th. Basically, well, into 7th, really. And me and Stevie were busy battling. I mean, yeah, that's not a bad car to drive. Not a bad car to drive. We couldn't quite, well, maybe not massively surprised. It's not quite the perfect. I mean, it's not. If it had aero on, it might be a different story. It's, you know, some tracks that will work well on, and some tracks it won't. Here, yeah, would have liked a little bit more grip. Ollie got all the way up to second with that RX-7. That thing was flying. However, we had a very, very good fun battle with Stevie for a lot of the end of that race, and as we worked our way up, I'll take 6th. Yeah, 15-0. We lost a bit of time fighting. I don't think there was a huge amount. 14-8 we might have been able to do, but I don't think we could have done too much more in that. I don't know what happened to Danger Man. I think it might have been fuel, possibly, that went on the final lap. That is very, very unfortunate indeed. We head to Suzuka for our third and final race. The RX-8, we got a decent spot on the grid. I don't know what I'm going to expect from this car particularly. So Brazen has a rear-wheel drive swapped Corsa. That's why that thing's so sketchy. Yeah, I mean, we're not bad down. We're kind of a little bit middle of the road. We're not great. We're good in the corners, but we're not amazing. Well, certainly not as grippy as some of the cars we have that are here. And we are fast down the straight, but we're not the fastest car down the straight. So I don't know. We might be a little bit of a I'd say jack of all trades, master of none, kind of not be fast enough anywhere. We might be fast enough down the straights, though, to annoy cars. We sort of saw it when battling Stevie, and a little bit with battling Hawes in the first race. We're going to have to wait and see how it all pans out, really, once we get through. I mean, it's actually already a little bit spread out now. We've got a car thinking about going to the inside down here. This is a tough place to pass, especially on a first lap while everyone's getting their tyres up to temperature. And I mean, there's a little bit of learning what your car can and can't do is going on. We can outrun Ewan out of that section, and we will move up a position. That is very nice indeed. Try not to spin the wheels. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Cosmos, actually. Or, I mean, surely someone must have had one. I don't know if I've seen a Cosmo yet today. Which does surprise me that no one's actually gone down that route. I did think about building one, but I opted for the RX-8 instead. But who knows? We'll get slowed for Spoon if we can. Don't go too wide through this section. Now, how do we fare in a straight line compared to the cars ahead? I know Brazen's thing's quite rapid. Will we be quicker than the RX-7s and MX-5s in front? I mean, 130R, you're not going to want to go side by side through particularly. I mean, okay, I turned in a bit too soon there. That's the right amount of speed through that section, but the turning point was a little bit too soon from me. Right, we will all slow down for the chicane here. There's a big train of cars. Impega leads the way. Don't know what Impega's driving. I think an RX-8. Looks like it's an RX-8, MX-5, RX-8, MX-5, RX-7, Corsa, RX-8. It's an interesting bunch of rotary-powered nonsense going on here at Suzuka. But we complete the first lap, and everything is relatively calm for us so far. That might have been a little bit too fast mid-corner. Yeah, I mean, we kind of shot forward mid-turn, but didn't really get the best of exits. However, Brazen is now, as we go into the S's, Brazen is a little bit ensnared. He's not really able to make way through the traffic. We're doing not too bad, actually. I don't think my car is great in the wet, but in the dry, this does certainly seem to be right here. We've actually got a good run, and Brazen's difficult to drive Corsa. I had nothing to do with that. They got the power maybe a smidge too soon and just got spat out wide through there. Oh, God, I'm turning in way too soon with this car. Yeah. And again, I'm struggling. I'm expecting it to understeer more than it does. We're not really gaining any time doing that, as it's just throwing me way out of position. If I could get the turning point right, we'd be actually very quick. But see that there, for example. Geez, it really, when I get it right, it has immense amounts of turn-in. We couldn't quite do anything about Car Guy there, as they got a bit too much acceleration for me. But yeah, you can just see how well the front end of this car is wanting to turn. Danger Man outside of Spoon is a tough place to be. He's going to try and cut back underneath, and I'm going to say thank you very much for the gap that was left. Dangerman's actually struggled to get that car turned for the next part. If I can get both of them, that would be amazing. Do we have the straight line speed to beat Dangerman into 130R? I don't want to be too wide into 130R, but we might find out what it's going to be like. It's going to be 2x2 towards 130R. This is fun times. Well, I mean, I wasn't really trying to back out of that one. Dangerman was going to squeeze us a bit through there. We've come out the other side, and it is now all safe, at least. We've got it done. We're out the other side okay. In the end, it was really Car Guy that sort of came off worse from that. Tried to make a pass on Dangerman, and it all just sort of fell apart from there. Well, I say fell apart. Just as soon as you end up out of position, it's really difficult to recover. And I've not got the run to close that door particularly as we head into the first corner. I mean, well, we can probably... We're not bad through turn one. Like, the high-speed stability of my car is fantastic. So, that is, yeah, very, very good news indeed. Well, let's get it slowed for the S's. I feel like I should have been a bit braver fighting against Dangerman there. God, the Corsa is sketchy as anything through this section. The Corsa's really unhappy through this bit. Oh, no. No. Put rear wheel on the dirt. And we are going, well, we're going very sideways. God. Ninetales was caught out. That's very unfortunate. I was trying to set up for a pass on the Corsa, and as second the rear wheel touched the dirt, I just couldn't get the car back in line again. That is very frustrating. It happens, but it's still very frustrating. God damn it. Right. We slipped down to 9th. God, we were looking at fighting Dangerman for bloody 4th. I think Ollie's catching up with that group, and I think that's in the RX-7 maybe. And I think that's very quick. But still, that's it's such a frustrating error, that one. When it wasn't even, there's barely any of the wheel even on the dirt, but it was just enough to drag the car off the track. And once it's gone, there's just nothing you can do really to recover it. Dangerman with an issue there, and I don't quite know what went on. A very weird issue for the MX-5, and that's having problems of its own. Looks like we're going to have Ninetales and possibly Hordes, is that, with the Puma going to come and have a fight with us at some point. Ninetales is gaining, but is not going to be close enough to have a look at 130R. Is right there, but sliding around on the exit. Let's get ourselves slowed down. Oh, the red RX-7 has had an adventure into the chicane, and it's going to lose some time on the exit. Now, if Hordes and Ninetales can start fighting each other, I would not be against that. If they can lose a bit of time so I can focus on chasing down the cars ahead, that would be great. I don't know whether that is going to happen, but that would be nice. Because I don't want to have to focus on defence. Look, we might have to. That is the way some of these races go. Well, there is some grass being kicked up from the cars ahead. Now, I need to not do anything dumb. Strangely, RX... I don't know whether... I say the RX does definitely seem good through the S's. I'm not great at Suzuka, but it definitely seems to be able to carry some speed through here. Oh, there's another one in trouble there. It's not just me who gets in trouble at that corner. The RX-7 just ran out of grip on the outside there. How much speed can we take through there? Quite a lot of speed, actually. When we get it right, the RX-8's pretty quick through there. Brazen is currently in that 4th place. I just don't think we're going to have time. I think we've got the pace for it, but we definitely don't have the time from them to stack on wide at the hairpin, which isn't great. Only plus point is we can kind of straighten it up on the exit. However, it's not great still. If I'd set it up more for that line, you can get away with it, but it really wasn't. It was just a bit too late on the brakes. Ninetales may well be thinking about having a pass into 130R. We will not do anything stupid into Spoon. Make sure we can get out of this corner nicely. Because, yeah, I mean, it's the slipstream effect down here is going to be mighty helpful to that. We know Ninetales' car is pretty fast in a straight line, and this with a slipstream with a big toe down here, I really don't want to have to. I don't want to have to defend 130R, but I can't leave the inside open for Ninetales to have a look through there. The downside, of course, of that tight line is we're slow on the exit. Ninetales is not quite close enough, I don't think, to do anything into the chicane. And now we are just looking back. Our race is going to be most definitely with the cars behind. It's a 4-car battle over 7th. The cars ahead are just clear of us. Right, no mistakes for me, no silliness from me in this. I mean, we can hope for mistakes from cars ahead. That always helps. Matters. Well, bloody hell, that thing had immense speed mid-corner. I was trying to take a slightly different line. I was not expecting them to be that quick in the midpoint of that corner, but there we go. All is fine. Yeah, unless you're like fully alongside, it's quite difficult. With cars like these, it's quite difficult to get a pass into turn 1 from that distance. But there is an element of varying lines going on. See, we're good enough through the S's, we can actually get that little bit further away from Ninetales here, which just helps us stay out of range for later. Yeah, my car is surprisingly good in the S's, which makes me probably think the car is good overall. I'm just not driving it well enough. Definitely not down here. I keep turning it. I'm still turning in too soon there. I know what I'm doing, and I don't want, like, you turn in too soon, you hit the kind of curb and the AstroTurf and all of that, and you just get nudged out wide for the exit. Ninetales may think about trying to get underneath there. That was me going for a late apex to try and get on the power for the run towards Spoon. I mean, we are mostly... We're clear of Cargo, I think, with that RX-7. We're mostly clear of Hordes. It's just, will Ninetales be able to get off Spoon well enough to threaten me, possibly, because I've made an absolute hash of that corner this time around. Yeah, we are going to be vulnerable down here. Now, I am not going to make this easy. If Ninetales wants to go past, they are going to have to go around the outside at 130R. Is it doable? Sure. Is it tough? Very. Ninetales has got the overlap on us, but we are not going to give up. No, Ninetales is on the curb. That sat up horribly for them. Can we send this around the outside into the chicane? Because we are then on the inside for the next part of it. Can we get off this corner? It's just going to be a drag race now. Who has got the faster car? Hordes is going to try and sneak a place by following Ninetales through. We're going to try and block Hordes in, but I've not got the acceleration. God damn it. I could have... I feel like I could have fired it in at 130R a bit more. But, yeah, you're working on such a tight line on that inside. I just wasn't sure whether it was going to stick. Yeah. My car was very quick over the first half of the lap, but I just couldn't... I couldn't make it work in the second half. I don't think that's the car's fault. I think that's a me fault. We were very good at the first half. I just couldn't do it for the rest of the lap. It was a fun race. Fun race. I'm annoyed slightly about the incident. Just the rear wheel on the grass. That's just one of those really frustrating accidents. But it happens. It happens indeed. But yeah, good fun. Good fun. Just didn't quite go my way, but that is motorsport for you sometimes. Well, there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There will be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community sign up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.